Hi there, this is Phil Simborg, USBGF Teaching Pro, with a lesson about pay now or paid later. Do you leave the shot now or do you leave it later? Well, these can be some of the toughest decisions in the game. And I must tell you that I still make mistakes in these all the time, and so does everybody. The goal isn't to become perfect, although if your name is Mochi, I guess your goal is to become perfect because he's certainly is showing us that he's getting close to that. But for normal people like me, my goal is to not make blunders. I'd like to get it right all the time, but if I'm wrong, I'd like to be wrong by not too much. So I can usually come pretty close on pay now, pay later. And the major considerations you look at are um, you should have a tendency not to volunteer shots. In this case, if you leave a shot, if you play the 6-1 and you volunteer and you get hit, you probably will lose the game. And if I don't leave a shot, maybe I won't have to. Maybe I'll get lucky and roll doubles, or maybe I won't have to leave as big a shot. Maybe I'll roll a 5-2 or a 5-4 or a 5-3, and instead of leaving a 6 shot, which gets hit 17 times, I might leave a 2 shot, which would only get hit 11 times, or a 3 shot, which might only get hit 13 times, something less. So I've got a real incentive to wait here and maybe hope I do better. Let's take a look and see what the answer is. And the answer is to wait. Volunteering the shot is a pretty big error according to Extreme Gammon. It's a blunder. What would make me want to volunteer is if I have a real good reason to think that it's going to get worse later. He's got this blot in his inner board now, and now the odds of him hitting me and covering aren't that good. He'd have to roll a 6-1, 6-2, 6-5, 6-6, or double 3 to hit and cover. So a lot of his hitting numbers, like a 4-2 and a 5-1 and a 6-3 and a 6-4, would hit and not cover, in which case I might even do very well if I get hit. If I can hit him back, I might win a lot more gammons and certainly still not lose the game. And if I wait and give the shot later, it's almost certain that he's going to have this point made and it's going to be worse for me later. So now I've got a major incentive to leave the shot. Now, the way to really understand this position is not just look at these two positions and these two variables. Look at other variables. What do I leave a shot with other rolls? What about if he had a good board? I already know I don't leave a shot with a 6-1, but what about a 4-3? With a 4-3, I could come off of the back point and only leave him 11 numbers that hit. He'd have to hit with a 3. If I don't do that, am I more likely later on with a 4-3, assuming that I clear this point, or I could also leave a blot inside, which hurts my board. That's the other thing to look at. What is your alternative play? It's probably better not to break your board in case you do get into a hitting exchange. But the question is, should I leave the shot now? I'm going to leave him the 11 numbers to hit now, and I might not have to leave him anything later, but the odds look pretty strong that I'm going to have to leave him something later, and I might well have to leave him a 6 shot later, which would be 17 numbers. So I'm probably leaving a shot later, and it's probably going to be more than 12 shots. That's a real incentive to volunteer right now. I'm sorry, with a 4-3. I got to change the roll to a 4-3. So volunteering right now with a 4-3 is far better. So what about a 4-2? Where do we draw the line? What about a 4-1? At what point do we draw the line? I'm not going to feed you these answers because you won't remember them anyway. I want you to do this yourself. Put this position into XG and you figure out, do you leave a shot with a 4-1? Do you leave a shot with a 4-2? Do you leave a shot if his board is worse? You'll see where the line is drawn and it might surprise you. But again, you're going to learn better doing this yourself than just listening to me tell you what's right. You now understand what the variables are. I posted this on our USBGF Facebook page to give you non-USBGF members a chance to see the kind of information that's available to you. One of the benefits of joining the USBGF is I've done over 200 of these videos on just about every subject. And if you join, you can go back into the archives and see all 200 of them. And many of them I have guest lecturers with me, some of the best players in the world, describing what to do in various situations about the cube and checker play, both for money and match play. So it's a strong incentive for many people who have joined just for that. But when you look at the benefits of joining the USBGF, you'll see you get to play in tournaments, you get discounts on many products, you get an incredible magazine every 2 months, you get a free roll in some live tournaments, free chance to play, and win extra bonus money in those tournaments when you play, just because you're a member of the USBGF. And even if there was no benefits at all, your membership supports an organization that's really helping the players grow the game and make it a better game in many, many ways. The USBGF is a volunteer organization of the players, and by the way, a high percentage of our members come from other countries. We're being supported by members from all the other major corporate countries in the world: Japan, Germany, England. You don't have to be a U.S. citizen to get all of the benefits and join. So please take a look at our membership page and join the USBGF. I hope this lesson was helpful to you. What's going to really help is when you do it on your own. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.